My name is Karla Bobadilla. I am Matias' mom. We are from Guatemala, and we are in the August intensive here at Crystal River. And I want to start by sharing our testimonial by saying that we started with Mati doing the QRI laser when he was about 11 months. And he was this tiny little baby that he barely moved or anything. Even though he was in therapies, different kind of therapies, someone introduced the laser for me. And we started doing the laser every single day. And that helped Matias a lot. That helped him crawl, that helped him stand, walk, run. He was running at age 2, which I've heard is pretty good for our kids. And then there was an intensive, the first intensive, that was in April 2018. So we came and we did the whole week. And after that intensive, I saw like so many changes in my son. One of the main things that the QRI laser has helped us was making a bond or bonding with Matias. When he was born, he was a preemie, so he stayed in the intensive care for 38 days. I wasn't able to hold him until he was 20 days, and I hold him because it was my birthday. So the nurses were very nice and giving me the chance to hold him for a picture for about 3 seconds. So that was the first time I hold him. So for him, having me around when we went home, it was like having another nurse. He had a connection with his dad, but he didn't have that connection. We didn't have that connection. So the laser helped us with that. That was the main thing that I saw and that I was so excited, because it was like he finally knew that I was his mom and I wasn't another nurse or another therapist. And so that was huge for me. When we came, he wouldn't make any eye contact with anyone. He hated that part. He would avoid you with everything. And after the intensive, he started making eye contact. That was huge. And the other thing that we noticed, he was more aware of his surrounding or of where he was. Because before we went to, like, let's say the mall, and you know, the merry-go-round and all the games that you can find at the mall, he wouldn't care about them. Even if I would show him the places or point them the games, he wouldn't care. I was like, hey, there's a plane that moves, or there's a car you want to sit. He wouldn't care. So after the intensive, since we are from Guatemala, we spent some days in Tampa, and we went to a mall, and all of a sudden he knew there was a merry-go-round and he wanted to go up. He saw a car and a plane and everything, and he wanted to go up, and then he didn't want to come down. So that was another major change, and it stayed within him. You know, it wasn't like, oh, it was just for the intensive and then it was the same again. No. And the other thing, it was before the intensive, his posture, like his body posture was like, he didn't have like a right center, but he was always like sitting, you know, wiggly. And that intensive helped him a lot with his posture. So, and after that, I kept seeing like small changes. After that, we went back home, and I think he was reorganizing like so fast and so many things going on that it was really hard for me to laser him. So I did it, but not very often. And I was kind of frustrated, to be honest. But I kept seeing progress every time I did a laser session on Matias. So I said, well, we need another intensive and see what we can get from that. And maybe he's gonna be 4 now, so maybe he can stay still longer periods for me to do the laser on him. So for this intensive, what I have seen as changes are like he is interacting more with people and with another kids. Before, he used to sit on a corner and just look around and see what was going on and like record everything on his mind, and then he would play by himself. He's an only child, so he doesn't have that context of having siblings around. But in this intensive, he has been playing and he has been trying to be gentle and trying to share toys with Will, and that has been like, for me, amazing. He's more calm now. I think he has made a great progress. Many things, maybe I cannot see them right now, but I'm sure they are in there and they are sticking in them, in his body. And oh, one more thing. He usually keeps his mouth open. So after we did like one session of cranial nerves, I start seeing like his mouth getting like closer. You know, they are not totally closed, but they are not that wide open. So I think this is gonna help him. And I wanted to share my testimonial, and just in case someone is interested in Cura, I could say it's the best therapy that I have given to my son. I totally recommend it.